Can you hear my heart beating? This is amazing. A heartbeat. You know, to the parents of an expectant child, or who are expecting a child, there can be nothing more reassuring than hearing that heartbeat. To an EMT or a paramedic frantically trying to revive a patient, a heartbeat is a sound of triumph. To a child laying their head on a parent's chest, how comforting is the sound of the heartbeat. Or for an adult to do the same with their beloved, to hear the heartbeat. There's something about the sound of a heartbeat that's almost mystical. A heartbeat is the body's poetic verse of repetition saying, there's life within. So beyond any human physiology or clinical evaluation, beyond all the mystery of the human body, the heartbeat's a song that just shouts life and comfort and tomorrow like no other sound can. And what we celebrate tonight as a Christian church is the moment of time in which God's heart began to beat on this earth in a tiny child born in Bethlehem. It was a moment that was anticipated for centuries through the voices of the prophets, and yet it was witnessed that night by so few. If not for the announcement of the angels, even the shepherds of the hills would have gone unnoticed to them. It's a day that God proclaimed through the beating of a heart of a child that we are and always will be loved. And on Christmas, we dig deep into our liturgical prayer of song and of scripture, and we try to capture what that moment must have been like. We decorate our churches and our homes. We gather family from far and wide. We share gifts. We put together, or we live our long-held family traditions, or maybe we create new ones. And even those of you who claim you can't sing a beat, you're singing Christmas songs in the car. I know you are. Why? Because someplace in our heart, even if it's buried beneath layers of Scrooge or cynicism or sadness, there's a flicker of hope, a glimmer of promise, a spark of something that's hard to describe. There is in the deepest place of our hearts where we long to know we are loved by God. And Christmas does that like no other moment. So we gather in this church tonight, young and the old, the healthy and the not so, the rich and the not so rich. We gather here tonight as single people, married people, divorced and widowed. We are gay, we are straight, we're students, we're teachers, we're unemployed, we're employed. We're the faithful and the not so faithful, those who claim their weekly place in the pew in this church. And by the way, we forgive you for taking that pew away from us tonight. And those who are awkwardly trying to feel at home in those same pews. We're cradle Catholics and we're converts to Catholicism. We are veterans of war and marchers for peace. We are recovering addicts and some of us not so recovered. We are fearful and sometimes courageous, confident of our path in life, and still searching for that path. We're comfortable in our skin or desperately trying to break out of that skin, but one thing that we all hold in common tonight is that we need to be reassured, once again, or for the very first time, that we are loved by God. And you may be in this church tonight because you can't imagine a Christmas Eve without this sacred tradition. You might be here only as a concession to keep peace in the household. I get it. But you're here. But deep down, each and every one of us, and even me in the privileged place of being your pastor, we're here because we need to be reassured once again, or for the first time, that we are loved by God. This love brings us beyond whatever darkness or sadness we might be walking in at the moment. This love out-trumps anything we can offer to one another. a love beyond what any human love can offer to us. It's a love so great that it can't help to spill out of us. It's the love of the Wonder Counselor, the God Hero, the Father forever, the Prince of Peace, and it's ours forever.